Then in the match between EPR Korea and Iran, Ri Jong-sik won the first game against Benjamin Farazi 11-5, and in the second game, Farazi is leading 9-8. So that could be quite a close contest there on offer. Meanwhile, let's have a look at these two players. Chan Baldwin, age 20, ranked 69th. In fact, this is a very close contest, Sachin, because Kuo Guan Hong, who's only 16 years old, another teenager here on show, is ranked 67, and Chan Baldwin is 69, so not a lot to choose between those two.
Yes, and you could see that the matches are almost, not I would say neck to neck, but 328 versus 228 for Guan Hong. But interesting to see is that Guan Hong is a left-hand attacker, Chan Baldwin is a right-hand attacker, and it's again a game. It's against a game of a power attack versus spinny attacks. Chan Baldwin has to really move up to the standards, something what Wong has set.
Yeah, Wong was magnificent in that first match, of course, and these two have played each other once before. That was way back in the WTT Youth Contender Hong Kong 2023, and back then the result was 3-1 in favor of Chan Baldwin.
Yes, and good news for Indian fans there. Snehit has got the second game at 11-7.
Second match, first game. Taipei.
Now here we are about to begin.
Yes, the umpire just said second match, first game. It's going to be Kuo to serve. The left-hander, good forehand to start actually.
Yes, for the attacker lefty. Both the players. Oh, it's beautiful. It's both the players on it.
Yes, it's going to be interesting this when we're going to get to see these two left-handers really contest each other. And how do you look at it? Do you look at it as a mirror of right-handers playing each other? Is it that aspect? Because maybe adjusting a lefty to a lefty may be easier. What's your perspective on that?
Yes, it's the mirror though with the different t-shirt colors. But yes, it's another delight to see this kind of a combination here. Lefties know each other's service, and that is one advantage they don't have over each other, because they know the moves and the curves both belong to the same family and breed of players. There's not much we can do. Okay, a clean sweep from on the backhand side of it. What a move by Kuo. Oh, what a punchy backhand by Kuo here.
Well, Kuo has moved to now 4-2.
Chan wanted to slow down Kuo a little bit, but he adjusted with that pace and came back with a heavy-duty backhand. Look at this, he's so strong there, not allowing ball to pass through at all. And Chan wanted to go after that power block. Chan wanted to place the ball down the line. Okay,
Very good placement. Very good placement actually. When you look at it, just the way that he leaned forward and then put it at an angle that was really difficult for Chan to react. And look at this lead now, it's 6-2.
absolutely, that was a beautiful flick. It's almost impossible to say, but yes, with lefties you can expect a lot more flick there. It naturally comes onto it with the package of people.
So those are those little things that go to different times, very different ways to go.
Oh, I saw a bit of a matrix move by Kuo.
So Keanu Reeves would be very proud of that if he sees the replay.
Absolutely. Yes, good to react like a scam. Yes, so, there's no like, bullet there.
Well, initially it was 6-2 in favor of Kuo, but now Chan has eaten into that and he has now moved up to 5. Well, this is what the semi-final is about. You're going to see such close contests, of course. He missed that. He was shaping up to play that captain forehand. Just got beaten by it, missed it completely.
Was a fair amount of wrong job for Chinese Taipei. Block Wong.
Now 7-6 bang. Whoa. Oh. What a return. After serving, when it came towards him, he went for that forehand, but in the process lost his balance and fell down. Yet he was able to deliver the winner. Oh, he's missed his service. Gosh. We've seen quite a few of those on table number 1 with some of the best in the business missing their serve. In the first match, we also saw how Wong had missed it, especially during the end of one of those games. On game point now, Kuo. That game has gone to Kuo, and in the second match here, the Chinese Taipei player has taken a 1-0 lead. It's a good start by him against Chan. In terms of ranking, only 2 spots separate them, but out there in the middle, in that first game, Kuo triumphed by over 5 points. So a good start, and the Chinese Taipei coach just passing on his advice. The Chinese Taipei coach also was a left-hander himself because of the way he was gesturing towards the backhand using his left hand. So yes, a left-hander coach maybe talking to a left-handed player makes things easier a little bit.
Quite an observation there. I must say, quite an observation. Onto the table, Tarazi constantly fighting, looks like a bit of a muscle pull there. He was trying to return that ball.
It's 1 apiece in that particular match so far.
Yes,
Well, the second match is going to start right now. Second game, rather, of the second match. And Chan Baldwin to serve. It was there to hit, but he hit it too well. And which is why he was just carrying on the momentum from that first match. Another fantastic teenager to watch out for here, Kuo. Just missed it wide. Talking about what Kuo managed to achieve yesterday against BPR Korea. He played the second match in that encounter. I'm not able to keep that backhand in play. So, had beaten Han Yu-song of BPR Korea. It was 6-11, 11-7, 5-11, 11-9. I'm sorry, my apologies. Actually, he was beaten Kuo Gong-hong. Han Yu-song got the better of him, and it was only later that Kuo Gong-hong actually beat Ri Jong-sik as Chinese Taipei plotted a comeback. He won that match 11-7, 11-8, 12-10.
almost a similar kind of a score there, something what we saw in the first game. It was 2-all. But this time, Chan has managed to take a point lead from here. He got to turn the, oh, it was a beautiful receive. Literally, wow, bend down, change the spin of the ball, wanted to receive Chan, but with that slow toss spin, Chan played a clever, almost the reverse of the score as compared to the first game. Wow, the serve. But the ripping backhand there by Chan. Players are getting familiar now.
And Chan has now taken the lead in this particular game. And if you remember the first game, it was Liao who had taken the lead. He was in fact up at 6-2. Now it's Chan at 5-2 with Liao to serve. Oh, it was actually quite a good return initially by Kuo, but then the fact that he was so back and the change in pace by Chan, you've got to give him credit for that.
Yes, absolutely. So,
That's it out, and now it's 6-3 in favor of Chan. It's a similar scoreline to the one that we witnessed in the first game, but the other way around.
oh, quite a backhand there. Such a power. Such a beautiful backhand by Wow. He didn't wait for that ball. He could smell it. It had a little height, went for kill. Quite a cracker of a rally there. After the third ball, both the players knew that we have to use every possible bit of power we have. With that, Chan losing on to lead here to now only 1 point. Oh, it was a down the line by Kwao. Beautiful, clever play.
Yeah, wonderfully done there. And now it's all level at 6 apiece. So a good comeback there by Kuo. Kuo Guan Hong, only 16 years old. Has just taken the top of the net and gone out. It's wonderful to see so many teenagers coming to the fore, really, and some of them are such outliers in the entire system. The fact that they are able to produce that excellence at such a young age.
Lau again with that 8-6 move here. 7-all. He has given every bit to cover up the lead. Oh, this time Chan came back with that beautiful second line topspin there. Wong had no way could hit with that power. Both the players are playing such a clever game.
Yes, very clever. That rally, oh my word, and it's ultimately Kuo who has managed to get that point. There's a lot of power, a lot of pace. And the last one, it just climbed onto Chan. Did his best to return, but he couldn't.
Chan trying to cover up the lead here. He knows that Wong has set up the stage, taken away that 1 point from Liao. He wants to give in every bit he can. Oh, Liao pounced out to that backhand flick. Such a beautiful play. He's so strong with the short balls, whether it is a forehand flick or a backhand.
Oh well, the youngster, having shown great temperament, and he will take the second game as well. This has been a performance to remember so far by Kuo. Now he's only 1 game away from equalizing matters here for Chinese Taipei against Hong Kong, China. In the first match, we saw a 5-gamer. Went right down to the wire until Wong of Hong Kong, China managed to win that. Over here, it's Kuo, who's keeping Chinese Taipei in the hunt. He's keeping them in the game, flooding that confidence.
After having to see two back-to-back 3-0 morning semi-finals. 3-0 victory by both the teams, Japan and China. It was quite a one-sided. What we are witnessing here is quite a competition here,
Yes.
and that's what is expected out of the semi-final. Both the teams are so strong. Liao not being happy the way he played the first point. Bit disappointed. Oh, he leaned onto that to play that backhand. He knew he has an opening there, and he did every possible thing to capitalize onto that opening and got that point. It's 1-1 now.
Just making that error. Chan moving up to 2-1, and you may remember though here, Sachin, that in that previous game as well, Chan had in fact taken a 6-2 lead, and that's where Kuo managed to bounce back.
Yes, that's quite a performance and determination. Kuo is doing such a fair job for his team members.
And this rally overall, one that really signifies this match. One of those shots actually almost went off the edge, but Chan did really well to retrieve that. But thereafter, it was Kuo who managed to prevail. Well, look at that. He had taken the early advantage, Chan, but now Kuo is right back in the lead, 3-2.
Awesome work there.
Onto the net, and that's now 4-2.
Quite a clever serve by Kuo. Changed the spin completely. It looks
Chan-
like the time for timeout now.
Yes, because the momentum is completely favoring Kuo Raptor.
Yes.
So as the Hong Kong China coach, it's only prudent that you call your player back in, obviously break the momentum, and while the serve may still be with you, you can still just try and calm your player down.
In this 1 minute, you don't have time, Nishad, to actually give a lot of things. So you have to only say one thing. You have to have belief. You have to have that synergy, frequency, along with the coach, and also just one thing, or just one or two things that at best you can tell them.
It's more psychological than anything else, isn't it? When you take these timeouts.
Yes, it's pretty psychological.
At 2-4, Chan Baldwin comes on to serve. He's already trailing 2-0.
Oh, literally, what a beautiful play by Kuo.
Look at that blocking.
You could see the way he played like a Wang team playing. Panzing Dong shot.
And
What a shot.
what a punch. You're right. And now the tables have turned. Initially, Chan had taken the lead in this game, but now it's 6-2. And Kuo is storming through by the looks of things. He is going to roll on. With that mistake, Kurtzky can, gosh, it looks like it just hasn't been Chan's day, really. That's a good shot, bro. That's a good shot. One that will make him feel better because it had that precision and the placement in order to beat Kuo and get that point.
Rightly said, right now, Chan has to really change the rhythm. Something how loud it. He wanted to go bit aggressive onto that spinning loopy backhand. He's out to the timing. So it's 3-8. Chan to serve. Oh, for a second it looked like that it's going to get arrested in the net. Oh, again.
Well, it's okay. It's just off the net. It's a let serve. Meanwhile, on another table, table number 3 to be precise, DPR Korea against Iran, the first match, Farazi has taken Lee Jong-sik into the 5th game. That young boy is just used to them. Meanwhile, 8-4 now. Chan has managed to get that point. Chan is rolling forward. Only 2 points away from equalizing matters here, Sachin. And this is now match point.
This is the moment that Chinese Taipei were waiting for.
Well, Chan has managed to get one back for himself and he still has got the service. Facing a tough proposition already. And a good shot. That backhand flick placed it with power onto Kuo's body, and now Kuo still has got the 4-point lead and he is going to serve. Serving for this match and to equalize matters overall.
Okay, a little more weight. Now, Kuo has taken, I was expecting Kuo to take a timeout.
Yes, you just want to arrest that momentum because Chan has already gotten those 3 points in a row. So it's only right that the Chinese Taipei coach thought, let's get our 16-year-old youngster back in, calm him down maybe a little bit.
Yes, 3 match point. He still has under his hood.
Meanwhile, on table number 2, Pius Jain has started his match.
With Anjayu.
Yes, and India trailing that 2-0.
Pius is giving a good touch to the game.
Now at 10-7, it's going to be Kuo to serve. Again off the net, and that's gone out. The youngster just getting a little bit frustrated. You could see that with the body language.
Chang coming up really well now. Service belongs to the defender. Okay, another power blow. Wow, what a game. Good comeback by Chang.
Oh yes, what a comeback, because he's gotten 5 points in a row. Now can he take it to a deuce? He is going to serve. He has the momentum of the net. And fortune has favored him, and it's going to be deuce. Trailing at 4-10, Chang has made a magnificent recovery.
What Kuo is thinking? That I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't even go for any careless strokes there. What has happened there? Oh, he wanted to go for the tight shot there. Well blocked by Chang.
What is happening here? Because Kuo has lost 7 points in a row. 7 points in a row at a time when he could have easily closed out that match. Now Chang has got a game point.
In Chang that I did everything right. I have been doing it from last 7 to 8 points. Finally, Liao Kuo managed to break that rhythm. Can he win this game in the match? No. Looks like the Chang is in complete flow. Chang, the two lefty brothers from a different mother, right now fighting with each other. Oh, it was a good move. It was a very good move by Kuo. Deliberately hit that spinning shot.
match point for Kuo. Having lost 6 consecutive match points, now this is a 7th one that he's earned. So Chinese Taipei fans and players, support staff, they'll be hoping he'll convert this one.
12,
The leg.
13.
Chan has done amazing to just bounce back from where he was.
Oh, he has managed to get that point and match.
This
Second.
match has gone in favor of Chinese Taipei. The 16-year-old Kuo has put in a sparkling performance. He wobbled towards the end, but ultimately he prevailed, and Chinese Taipei have equalized one apiece against Hong Kong China. This semi-final could turn out to be a very gripping encounter.
Yes, absolutely. And when it comes to encounter right now, it's first game between Anjayu and Payas Jan. Payas Jan down by, it's a deuce and advantage, and it's advantage to Anjayu. Payas hit that backhand outside. He was 10-8 up. Couldn't manage to get the lead, hold on to that lead, but that's okay. Now
Let's have a look at the winners put in by Kuo during this match, and here's the map that we've got for you. Nothing short, and majority of it half, and then a little bit long as well. So Sachin, what does that tell you?
What it tells
Read more about table tennis on my blog, pingsunday.com. Get free ebook and coaching advices. See you in the next video.